Hi Flosstube, it's Megan, Stitching Moon on YouTube, on Instagram. Welcome back to my channel about cross stitch, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. And we're in Flosstube number 4 now, and it's Labor Day. For those of you in the US, happy Labor Day. Even though I'm living in Norway, my company is based in the US, so I still have the day off, which is awesome. And everyone else is at work, and my toddler's in the daycare, so yeah, I just get a nice little quiet day to myself, so I thought it would be a good time to film. And I actually have a lot I got done in the past, I think 3 weeks since my last real Flosstube. I had my first Flosstube extra in between that you might have seen last week. That was all about the Nora Corbett Zodiac girls, the first 6 of them. And then I talked about astrology, because why not? It was fun. I wasn't sure how it would be received because, you know, Flosstube is all about cross stitch, but yeah, I was so happy for the people who commented saying that they enjoyed it and thought it was interesting. So thank you. I am going to be doing another one once I have the rest of the 6 patterns. And I know that actually the other 3, the next 3, which are Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, just got released September 1st. So that was exciting to look at. But I'm going to wait until the last 3 come out and just order them all together because shipping-wise, it just makes more sense. So I think they come out every 2 months. So I'm guessing the next, or the last ones will be November 1st. But by the time I get them here and everything, it'll probably be December that I do the next one like that. So if you're interested, you can look out for that at the end of the year. But yeah, today is just going to be a regular Flosstube showing you my work, my whips, works in progress. And yeah, I managed to stitch every single day in the last 3 weeks, which really made me happy. So yeah, I got a lot to show you and some plans, a little bit of haul. And also, I'm going to just right at the beginning do some shout outs because there's someone I forgot to mention in my last one that I meant to. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to mention this person too, and I didn't write it down. So now, note to self, always write things down. So I'm just going to do some shout outs before we go on just to make sure I don't forget. But one other thing too, I just wanted to mention, I noticed on my last actual Flosstube, but there was some people who commented that, again, I couldn't see the full comment and I couldn't or answer or anything. So I even went into the channel on, the desktop and everything, and it didn't show up anywhere, not even in held comments. So I don't know why, I don't know what happened, but I do comment back and or heart everybody's comments that I'm able to. So if that didn't happen for you for some reason, then that's why, and sorry. So someone that I wanted to mention, I found actually because he had commented on some of my videos, and then I found out he had a Flosstube, and his name is Sean, and his channel is Lost in Books, Film, and Floss, and he has some really amazing whips that he's doing and projects that are huge, full coverage, just a lot of, he had a whip parade recently, and I was just like, whoa. So he's got a lot of awesome big projects and also some other things. But he also talks about movies and sometimes books on his channel, and he started to do that at the end of his Flosstubes now. So for those interested, they can check out that, which I think is cool. And he also has he's experimenting with different ways of stitching those full coverages so that he's not stuck in background forever like we can be. So it was interesting to see some of his ideas that he had for how to stitch some of those without making it super boring. So definitely check him out. While I'm at it, I'll just do a couple other shout outs. And these are also in the under 1,000 subs club, which basically means under 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I'm part of as well. But one that I found that I think she only has 2 videos was, I think it's called Mama K's Stitching Corner. I always mess up her name, but Mama K's Stitching Corner. And her name is Christina, and I think she's just super sweet. She also stitches a lot of gifts for people, which is how I kind of got back into cross stitching. And lots of like stockings, like tons and tons of gifts that take like forever. So she has a heart of gold. And she also does some other like crocheting, I think it is, in addition, which normally isn't really my thing, but I don't know, there's something about just watching her that I just like, so I would definitely go check her out. Also, another recent one I found is Cardiff Stitcher, Danielle from the UK. She also has like a mix of projects. She grew up in South Africa, I believe, and is stitching a really big like South or African mammals or animals piece that's gorgeous. And she has some full coverages, some non-full coverages. I don't know what to call them because they're not samplers, but they're, you know, like some of the ones that I have that are just smaller. Maybe not full coverage, but I don't know, cute pieces. So yeah, those are the shout outs I wanted to do today. So I'll link them in the description below. And then final thing before we get into actual stitching, I just wanted to mention it's kind of exciting for those, especially in like the UK and Europe. So there's this company I ordered some things for before from the UK called Lovecrafts, and they ship pretty quick for Norway when things can take like months to get here. So I ordered some stuff. They had like, you know, a referral code that you can get, like refer your friends and you both get discounts. And I was like, Flosstube friends, right? So I'm not like a sponsor or anything like that. It's just literally one of those codes that everybody gets when they order. But it's actually 20% that you can save. Like both of us could save, like whoever uses the link that I have for the referral will both get 20% off if it's used. So I was like, hey, I'll put it out there, and if you're interested, I'll put the referral link below so you can use that and we can both get some 20% off discounts. If you're in the UK, it's free shipping if you spend, I think it's £25 or more. And if you're in certain countries in Europe, I don't know if it's all of the EU or not, but they had a bunch of countries listed. Like I know Germany was on there, Netherlands, France, and Spain. Like if you spend £50, you get free shipping. They do ship to the US and Canada, but it's like basically £20, $19.95, or no, euros, I think, euros to ship there. So I don't know if it'll be worth it or not, but they have DMC floss, they have cross stitch kits. They also have like all other craft things, like if you're into diamond painting, knitting, sewing, like all that hobby stuff they have there. So I'll link that below so you can check it out if you're interested. So yeah, now I think we can get into my whips. I haven't even finished my coffee today, so it's been a busy Labor Day already so far. But yeah, I'm gonna start with my blue watercolor Poppies, which is my gift for my sister. So that is what it will look like. I'm gonna go on this side so the light doesn't wash it out as much, but this is what it'll look like when it is done, I hope, because if you've been watching my floss tubes, I may have a size dilemma with the fabric. It really may not fit. This is like, I don't know what's up with like all my projects being way bigger than I expect them to be. So this is where I'm at. I did quite a bit. I'm also, yeah, okay, I didn't leave a space, but I'll show you the before, what it looked like before. Because I did take pictures, and here's what it looks like now. And that's a big poppy. This is a big poppy. So now I know it'll fit going down. Like that I'm not worried about. It's just this one over here. Oh no, this one over here. Like, this is like the end. If you can see, it's like you can't really stitch on this part because it's like the end of the fabric, like the rendered part, I guess. Yeah, so I still haven't counted because I'm just like, it's gonna fit. I'm just gonna go with it until I get there and then see what happens. I might have to like make it up and pretend that it ends before it does. So we'll see. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it'll fit? Someone actually mentioned, one of my viewers mentioned that I could make it into a pillow if it doesn't fit enough, or if it's like too much to frame it, or not enough to frame it, which I thought was a great idea, even though I've never made that before. But then I was like, well, this is for my sister, and she has a cat who likes to destroy things. So if it's a pillow, it'd probably get scratched up. But I will figure it out. I'll think of something. Also, if you're wondering, if you can see, I don't know if you can see this on the side here. This is like where I messed up in the start. I like started it in the wrong direction. Which now I'm thinking maybe I should have. But anyway, that is blue watercolor poppies. And all my things, I'll link what the name of them is and where I got them below. But it was an Etsy shop. Okay. Oh, I also wrote down like how many days I stitched on everything since my last Flosstube. So since you last saw it. And this one was 4 days. And how I decide, you know, like what to stitch each day is I spin like a wheel. I have all my whips on a wheel, an app, and I just spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on is what I stitch on that day. Except that may be changing for the next few months, which I'll talk about later. Okay, next one is Children on the Beach. It's my first like big full coverage project, and I have a picture of what it will look like when it's done. It's that famous like painting. Oh, I don't know how famous it is, but it's the Mary Cassatt artwork that as a kid we used to hang up like growing up in our dining room. And as I've mentioned in my other ones, this baby looks like me in the front, or when I was little, and now it looks like my daughter, so it's a special one. Okay, so I'll put in a picture about now because I'm not able to get out of that. About what it looked like before. And here is where I am now. Okay, so you can see that I have like switched up my method here for stitching. I was going basically down, up, down, but I could sort of start to notice the squares. Like I could see, I don't know if you can notice it in the camera. Yeah, I actually can a little. You can see like columns, right? I think that's columns and not actually like the darker stitches. Like, ugh. But I was like worried that I was gonna get those. So I changed to like a more cross-country style, as you can see. But I'm staying within the page just because I don't have Pattern Keeper. So I just like can only use one on my PDF reader. It only pulls up like one PDF page at a time. So I'll just stick within that one page and do cross-country within that page, and then hope that you won't see page lines. Yeah, so we'll make it work. I really like cross-country stitching. The only thing is that I get worried because I always make mistakes when I'm counting, like always. And I hate frogging, so that's what makes me like hesitate to do it. So I don't know. I'm hoping that it'll work out okay. We'll see. But yeah, I think I mentioned in my last video that I was using or trying out Markup RXP, which is a version of like sort of Pattern Keeper for Apple products, but it's like, no, I'm done using that. Like, because I mentioned last time, every time you like mark up the pattern, you have to hit save, which I'm not used to because on my regular, what I was using is just a regular PDF reader, and you could just like highlight as you go and it would just automatically save everything, so I didn't have to worry about it. So now using this, I always forgot to hit save, and then all my progress was gone of like in the app of where I was. So I'm like, no, I'm done with this, I'm not going to use it. So I'm just using iBooks for Apple now. But what's exciting is I went on like Pattern Keeper website, and it says that they're like in the process of making Pattern Keeper for Apple products. So I was like, yay! I have no idea when that will be, but that will be exciting. A lot easier, I think. Especially for cross country, because I'm jealous of Pattern Keeper users. You can just mark off a symbol and it'll like say where all the symbols are, which this one claims to have, but it messed up. It did not work. It didn't read the symbols right, so not very useful. So that's Children on the Beach, and I only got 3 days on this one. 3 days, yeah. Okay. Next we have the, whoops, I just like moved my camera. We have my Jul Heart, so I'll put in a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. And what it looked like last time. And I'm like going to town on this one. I only got 2 days, but it's coming along. Oh yeah, and God Jul means Merry Christmas in Norwegian. And this one is going to be a gift for my husband's grandmother. And I was gonna just like, you know, finish it and frame it, but then my husband actually had the idea, because they have a lot of frames, like pictures in their house. So he had the idea of like maybe make it into like a little table runner for like Christmas. She uses things like that. So my only concern obviously is if something spills on it, but I don't know. We have like a local, not like craft-ish place here. They don't really sell that many crafts, but they like make things. Like I got something framed there before, kind of pricey, but I could like take it to them and just see what their thoughts are, what I could maybe make with it. Something, I don't know, table runner-ish. We'll see. But I do want to finish this one also before, like pretty well before Christmas, in case I do take it to that place to make something with it, because they can take their time. Norway can take their time. And I think we aren't going to actually be seeing them this year on Christmas. We usually go there every other year. So this year, we're just staying in our place, but I think they're going to visit sometime later in the fall. So I hopefully we'll give it to her then. But really, I mean, this just could take a couple more days, or yeah. Although, I mean, this part is kind of takes some time, but yeah. So this one that I do want to get done fairly quickly. All right, next is my Queen of Silk. Oh, and I didn't bring the picture over of what that's going to look like, so I will have to find that and insert it. And where I was last time. This one I only got 2 days, but I got more on the tree. Yeah. It's a big, long tree. This is a big piece. Like, look at this. Oh, okay, not that high. She's gonna be big. Yeah, this tree is gonna be big. It's on 14 count, 8 of it came in a kit. This one is a kit project. I'm so bad at saying what things are on. I've said it in my other videos. I'll have to remember to say that the next time. But I will for my next project. So this one is the Galliana sampler. And I only got 2 days on this one. And I thought I wasn't gonna get any because my wheel like was not picking it for like 2 weeks or more. And finally it came up a couple times. But this one is the Galliana sampler, and this is what it will look like. As you can see, it's an Etsy shop. And what I like about this one is it has hidden things in it about like things related to 2020, the year 2020. And how I'm stitching it is one color is like all the regular stuff, and then another color is all of the hidden stuff. And I already have some of that showing. So the reddish color is all the hidden things. And the purple is like all the regular non-hidden things. I don't want to call it background because it also has some designs and motifs, but like hidden things are red and purple is the hidden stuff. So I'll show you, I emailed her, Elaine, I believe is the creator. and I just emailed her because I wasn't going to be able to find all the hidden things. So she was kind enough to send me a list. So yeah, if you don't want to know, if you want to try and find them all yourself, you can pause this part, skip this part. But on the top here, this one is a film strip. And basically it's representing like all the extra hours of movies and Netflix that everyone watched during the pandemic. Then you have these little motifs here. Can you guess what they are? They're twos, and the little arrows between them that represents like you have to keep 2 meters apart. So this is probably more European because using meters, but I don't know how, I wasn't in the US during the pandemic, so I don't know what we used in the US, but yeah, in Europe it was keep 2 meters apart, maybe 6 feet. I think they used 6 feet. But yeah, for the Europe way, it was 2 meters apart. So that's what these represent. And now I'm working here. You can see the start of the COVID molecule. So yes, this is going to be the COVID molecule here. Lovely. But it's actually kind of cool looking for a cross stitch motif. But yeah, that's where I am there. Oh, and then, yeah, so I did mess up like in this part up here. This was the day I kept messing up. Like I was just not on it that day. And I hate frogging. Like I hate it. Like I will do whatever it takes to not if I possibly can. So basically what I had done was I moved like I was just off by 1 stitch somewhere. Like right here I think it was. I did 3 over instead of 4. So instead of like, and I had done quite a bit down here, so instead of like going back and taking everything out, I just cut those stitches out. Like, I know you're not really supposed to do that because then the others can be loose, but I'm just gonna be careful with them and hope they don't fall out because I just hate frogging. So, yeah. This is also in 14 count Aida, cream Aida. I remembered. This one's gonna be big too, look at this. But I think that's good. I originally had done it on like a teeny tiny one, like 28 count over 1, but too small. Okay. Next I have, oh, am I already on my last one? Oh my goodness, okay. So, next and last whip is the camera. It's called Camera 2, technically, the pattern. And this is what it will look like when it is done. And I'll put a picture of what it looked like last time. Now guys, this one, wait for it. I got 8 days. 8 days on this. Partly because the wheel pulled it up like a ton. And then the last 3 days, I didn't actually do the wheel and I only worked on this. Because, as if you've seen my other videos, you know that this one is a gift for my mom. And we got some good news that Norway is opening the borders again on September 12th for grandparents. So she's a grandparent to my daughter. And that means she'll be able to come visit again finally. So yeah, we don't know exactly when yet. Hopefully, probably mid to end September. And I was like, I need to work on her gift because this takes forever. Again, one of the projects that's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. But I got a lot done since you last saw it. Ready? Ready? Ooh, okay, is it all in there? Yeah. Yeah. So I did a whole page plus more. So I did like, I think it was like halfway here from last time. So I did like all of this, all of that. And it was like the pain in the butt, like leaf section part that is like just annoying. So I got a lot done and all I have to do left is the bottom of the camera. So this side should be relatively quick, I think, and easy. It's just over here, this is like a big ass flower. and then more leaves and stuff. So this part it's kind of slow going, but yeah, I'm excited. So I don't know. Just take bets. Do you think I'm gonna get it done in time for when she's here if I only work on this and stitch every day? I don't know. Well, I will have to take some breaks because I still have to do, I want to get that Jul Heart like just finished probably. And then I have another start that I gotta do that I gotta talk about, but yeah, I'm excited how far I got. It reminded me of like how far you can get when you actually focus on one thing, like I used to. Thanks, Flosstube. No, it's fun. So, yeah, that's my kind of a life update as well. So those are all my whips. What else? There's other things. Yeah, plans. So, I need some coffee. Do you like my mug? It's, if anyone is from Maine, you'll know where that is. Fry Island, I grew up in New Hampshire, and we had like a summer house of my family on Fry Island, Maine. It's like on a lake. Island on a lake, Sebago. So yeah. Any others from Maine or know Fry Island, let me know in the comments. So the next plans that I do have a start that I gotta do coming up soon that I've talked about in my other videos. I'll bring up a picture. Yeah. So on September 11th, I started a SAL, but then also some other Flosstubers, or at least one other Flosstuber, also decided to start one, and we didn't know each other were going to do it, but basically, since it's coming up on 20 years since the 9/11 attacks in the US, we're doing like a SAL in honor of 9/11. So I'm doing mine on a New York skyline. So this is what it will look like. And I'm actually doing this one for my mother-in-law because she really likes visiting New York. And the hashtag is, if you want to join, is hashtag NYC Stitch Along, and then the other one is hashtag Remember 9/11 SAL. So I'll link those below as well. So anyone can join, and it can be anything either New York related, 9/11 related, patriotic related, just anything like that. And yeah, it was funny. I was actually just me and my husband were sitting down watching TV, and we turned on. And we're in Norway, living in Norway, if you don't know. But we turned on the TV and it was like National Geographic, and it had like a special about 9/11. So even here in Norway, I was like, oh wow. But yeah, it was just like, we watched part of it and it was just like, it brought it all back. Like, just so sad and scary. And it was close to home for me because I grew up in New England. And the planes, as you know, like flew out of Boston, which is like, that's where we would go if we were going to take a plane. So, yeah, it was really like close to home and just, yeah, just interesting. Like I remember, like it's one of those moments, you remember where you are. And I was in third period biology class in high school and our teacher like turned it on. All the teachers had it on because there was an announcement to like turn on the TV, and we're just like, what's going on? And we saw like the towers fall, and we're like, what? And the closest that I know of anyone like in that situation was, I think my Spanish teacher's husband's brother was in one of the planes. So obviously that was really sad, but yeah, it was crazy because, we had gone to New York like a couple years before I used to do dance for some dance thing, and we were walking by the Twin Towers and like looking up at them, just like staring up, and my mom and I and my sister were like, whoa, imagine if a plane hit this. Like, it was just weird. You could see them. It almost looked like they were swaying in the breeze. That's like how tall they were. But yeah, it's just, and I know it's not just New York, obviously the Pentagon and then all the people from the planes, but yeah, I just think for 20 years it'd be a nice like little way to commemorate the people who lost their lives. And I know it was like controversial what happened after that, but not controversial in the fact that it was very sad. So yeah, that is my plans for starting on September 11th. So I'll be doing that. That's this Saturday, coming Saturday. So yeah, gotta do that. So my plans, I guess, for September is to start that, but also work hard on the camera. Hopefully finish that up. Right. Yeah, we'll see. But get as much as I can done on it. And then also perhaps the heart. Finish the Guyul heart. So I don't know how much I'll be doing on the other things, even though I really want to. But at the same time, there's the gifts that I would like to get done on time for the people who I want to give them to. And I gotta start the 9/11 start. Also, I got haul. I got some other things. I was enabled because Flosstube does that. And so you know when you have like patterns that you just see over and over again and eventually they really grow on you and you're like, oh, I really like that. Ooh, I should get that, but no, I can't right now. I've got all these things I want to do, so maybe next year. And then you finally like see it again and you're like, you're just in the right mood and you're like, yes, I'm doing it. That's what happened to me. And I was watching who I mentioned before, Sean from Lost in, I always forget the order of them. Lost in Film, Floss, and Books. No, Books, Film, and Floss. And he was showing two of the ones that I've been wanting to start because they really grew on me. Like, I didn't think this was like my style, but they're Halloween and I've really wanted to stitch something Halloween for a long time because in Norway, Halloween isn't really a big thing. Like it was in the US. I just miss like, I don't know, like when I was younger, especially. I lived in Florida for a while and that really, I don't know, didn't have the Halloween feel, but when I grew up in New England, it was just like a fun time of year where, you know, the leaves are changing and you just have fall in the air and it's just like that spooky feeling. So it was really fun. And so I wanted to stitch something Halloween related because just to bring some of that feeling here in Norway. The kids trick or treat here now, but it's like very new and it's not like, especially for adults, it's like not a thing. So adults don't dress up or anything. You don't have Halloween parties. You don't really decorate. So I just wanted to stitch something so I could hang it up on Halloween as like a memory. But yeah, there was two that I really wanted. One was the Halloween and Hawk Run Hollow sampler. And the other one was the Halloween Quaker. And so he's starting both of those. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to do one. So I like looked up both of them and like calculated what I would need for both of them. And definitely Halloween Quaker was in my budget versus Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow was not. So I got Halloween Quaker. So I got the pattern on Etsy, the PDF from Lila Studio. So that was obviously easy to get because it was just a download. And I found one of my viewers actually from Germany messaged me with like a German online shop for cross stitch that was awesome. Two of them I checked out, but the one that was in English was Cross Stitch Corner. And it's amazing. They have so much. They have so many kits. They have so much fabric, floss. Like, I was like so thankful. Thank you for showing me that. I've already made two purchases, but one of them was to kit up Halloween Quaker. So that is already on its way to me. Yay! I don't know how long it will take to like ship here, but I'm hoping I can start it in October for Halloween. So that's a plan. That happened. So thanks, Sean, for pulling the trigger for that one. So that's something I'll be starting hopefully in October. All right. Other things that I ordered that I don't know when they're going to make it to me for several reasons, but I'm going to show you the pictures anyway because it's fun. So one of them, so back in my first video, I showed you this pattern, this kit that I have of like a woman and a wolf that I think I'm going to start as my birthday start, which is in November. because it reminded me a lot of the book I read, The Women Who Run with the Wolves, and it really was like impactful for me, so that I thought would be a good birthday start. And I found 2 patterns though when I had originally found that one, and this was before I knew about like the different places in Europe I could order from. So it was from 123 Stitch in the US, and I ordered they had wolf patterns on sale, and that's how I found these. So I ordered 2 of them at once, but they only had 1 in stock, the one that actually got to me. And the other one didn't come into stock until a lot later, but by that time I already found out like I could get things cheaper here in Europe. So I didn't get that one from 123 Stitch. I ended up getting it from Cross Stitch Corner, which for some reason though, that was my first order before this Halloween Quaker one, but it actually hasn't shipped yet. So I don't know if it's maybe not in stock or they're waiting. So again, I don't know when I will get this, but here's a picture of what it looks like. It is called, oh yeah, you can see, just ignore the background behind it, but it's called Under Forest Cover. And I just love the colors. And obviously the pattern, because it's basically, again, representing like the women who run with the wolves, which is basically getting in touch with like your wild nature. But yeah, I couldn't decide between the 2, so I just got both. I don't know when I will start this, even when it does arrive, because at first I originally was like, I think I'll just do 1 wolf pattern going at once. So, I don't know. Maybe this will be like next year's birthday start. We'll see. And then I was enabled again by those stupid like emails, the promotional emails, and it just happened to be the right time that I saw it. So, this is from Stitched Modern, which is a US company, but they had a sale and they had cheap shipping in the US, so I just had it delivered to my mom because I know now she's coming here soon. And this, I just thought it was so cute. It's a kit. And can you see it okay? It says, "Do what makes your heart smile." And it's a little kitty on a bike with, I think he has a bird on his head. And I don't know what it was about this pattern. I just thought it was like super cute. I don't even think there's actually cross stitching in it. It looks like it's all backstitch and like French knots. But I don't know, it was just like one of those things. I'm like, yep, I'll just get it. so I did, but yeah, that was kind of like an impulse buy, but I'm happy about it. It's cute. So that, whenever my mom comes, she'll be bringing that with her. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully you guys will see it soon. But the other thing I'm kind of like, not nervous, but kind of worried about, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I've ordered my first Heaven and Earth designs, and I also ordered the material pack, just because it's hard for me to kit things up and expensive for me to kit things up here, although I'm finding ways I can do it now. But this was back in May, like early May, and I was like, oh, I'll just have them do the material pack for me. And yeah, it takes forever. So it's now been almost 90 business days, which is what they say it takes, which will be like September 9th or something. So I'm going to email them like the day after to see the status, because then it has to ship to my mother in New Hampshire, who then has to bring it here or ship it here. But I don't think it's going to get to her in time, like for her to bring it on this trip. So I don't know. I still don't know when I'm going to get it, but this is it. It's called Together, by Jim Warren is the artist. And it's big. So yeah, again, still waiting. Don't know when I will get this, but yeah, I will update you. Maybe I'll do like an unboxing when I finally get it. Jeez, the suspense is building. And I think that's all. Is that all? Yeah, that's all for today. Oh my gosh, I'm like so consistent with my times on these. Like they've all been between 38 and 42 minutes. So I guess I'm pretty consistent. But yeah, thank you for watching and joining me. If you're in the US, have an awesome Labor Day weekend. It's almost over now, but yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't know when I'm going to be able to film again, just depending on when my family, my mom can actually come over here. I probably won't film like when she's here. So if it takes like a couple weeks, maybe I'll do a quick one between there. And especially I have to, like if I finish the camera, right? So we'll see. So it might be quick, it might be a little while, I don't know. But hopefully soon. So yeah, that's it. Have a good day. Bye.